Good morning, everybody. It's another great Wednesday morning here at the library. Today we are going to read about three little yogis and the wolf who lost his breath. So this is a retold story tale similar to the Three Little Pigs, but it just has a different spin on it. So we'll be reading that today. We'll be doing some pig crafts, including learning how to make this super cool little nose I got on today. It's kind of a little bit of a work in progress here. As you can see, I haven't tucked in all my rubber bands yet, but it's still a lot of fun. So we'll get started with our songs. We'll read our book, and then I will show you how to make this pig nose. And give me 1 second here. All right. We're going to start with Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Go on over here. Let's start. Ready? I got the lyrics up for you, so sing along. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O, with an oink oink here and an oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O, with a quack quack here and a quack quack there, and an oink oink here and an oink oink there. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a horse, E-I-E-I-O, with a neigh-neigh here and a neigh-neigh there, and a quack quack here and a quack quack there, and an oink oink here and an oink oink there. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a sheep, E-I-E-I-O, with a ba-ba here and a ba-ba here, and a neigh-neigh here and a neigh-neigh here, and a quack-quack here and a quack-quack there, and an oink-oink here and an oink-oink there. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, and a ba-ba here and a ba-ba there, and a neigh-neigh here and a neigh-neigh there, and a quack here and a quack-quack there, and an oink-oink here and an oink-oink there. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. All right. That was some great animals we went through there in that song. Now, I owe the credits to Super Simple Songs. We use a lot of their music when we do story hours and things, and this is an example of what they have for little kids. Check out their channel if you want. Great ideas and very educational, very interactive with all their cartoons and animations. So we do credit that to Super Simple Songs. We don't own the rights to that music. We just use it to share with you all. Now we're going to sing the pink song because our pigs are pink. So we'll go ahead and sing the pink song. And this just tells us different things that are pink. And I love these color songs. So let me pull this up for you.
I'd like to read a book about the color pink. Almost everything I have on is pink, and it's my favorite.
Cotton candy, fat pink pigs, girls with socks and bows. P-I-N-K, P-I-N-K, that is how it goes. Bubble gum, Valentine's, these are all pink too. pink icing and pink balloons. We can spell, can you? Cotton candy, fat pink pigs, girls with socks and bows. P-I-N-K, P-I-N-K, that is how it goes. Bubblegum, Valentine, these are all pink too. Pink icing and pink balloons, we can spell, can you?
Go ahead and sing about pink.
Cotton candy, fat pink pigs, girls with socks and bows. P-I-N-K, P-I-N-K, that is how it goes. Bubblegum, Valentine, these are all pink too. P-I-N-K, P-I-N-K, we can spell, can you? All right, how was that for a nice little song? Okay, let's go ahead and close out of that and get back to story time. Okay, we are going to read about the three little yogis and the wolf who lost his breath. I'm going to put on my super special nose for this story. And it's a different kind of fairy tale. Go and put it on here. I'll get to show you how to make one of these right after this awesome book. All right, got it all adjusted. Okay, the three little yogis and the wolf who lost his breath. The pictures are by Jay Fleck, and this was written by Susan Verde. Once upon a time, there was a wolf who lost his huff and his puff. As you might imagine, this was a problem for the wolf, a big, bad problem. You see, sometimes the wolf felt angry, which happens to everyone from time to time. There were many reasons he felt that way. Sometimes he felt angry when he had to share, when he was having trouble doing something difficult, when he was worried, or when he was hungry. Sometimes he wasn't sure why he was angry. We all get angry from time to time too, don't we? What he did know was that when he was angry, the only thing that seemed to make him feel better was huffing and puffing and blowing things down. He blew down fences and houses and anything that got in his way, causing trouble wherever he went. But the wolf never actually felt better after huffing and puffing. In fact, when he saw how frightened the rest of the town looked after he blew something down, he felt even worse. But he didn't know what else to do. One morning, when the wolf wanted to blow off some steam, he came upon a little yogi doing sun salutations by her straw hut, stretching her arms to the sky to greet the new day. The wolf saw how peaceful the little yogi looked, but he didn't feel peaceful at all. His heart and mind were racing, and his body felt hot and uncomfortable. Oh, how he wanted to huff and puff and blow down the little yogi's hut into a big pile of straw. So the wolf opened his mouth wide and tried to blow. He tried on big things and small things, on heavy things and light things, but nothing happened. Instead, all that came out was a wheeze and a cough. The little yogi heard the wolf wheezing and ran over to help him. She didn't appear to be afraid of him at all. Wolf, take a slow, deep breath, said the yogi. I can't, said the breathless wolf. I've lost my huff and puff. Let's meditate on that, the yogi said. Maybe you need to practice some belly breathing. Close your eyes and place your paws on your belly. Now breathe in through your snout and feel your belly and paws rise. Now breathe out and feel your belly and paws lower. Let's keep going, nice and slow. As the wolf felt his belly rise and fall, his breath became slower and deeper. But just when he started to feel calmer, he remembered he lost his huff and He remembered he lost his huff and puff, and he started to feel very angry again. He jumped up and tried to blow down the yogi's straw hut. No luck. To the wolf's surprise, the little yogi didn't run away. Instead, she said, "I have an idea." She took the wolf by the paw. Soon they came upon the wooden house of a second little yogi, who was in the middle of his afternoon yoga flow. They watched him giggle and wiggle his tail in the air as he stretched in downward dog, and then lengthened his body into a powerful plank as straight as the wood beams in his house. While the first little yogi explained the situation, the wolf could feel himself getting frustrated and tense again. His paws curled, his body stiffened, he opened his mouth wide. He tried to blow down the second yogi's wooden house, but again he wheezed and coughed. "I lost my huff and puff," he said. "Let's meditate on that," said the second yogi. "Sit down in butterfly pose." He showed the wolf how to bend his knees and place the soles of his paws together. "Maybe you need to practice some cooling breath. Close your eyes, open your mouth, stick out your tongue, and slowly inhale. Feel the cool air enter your mouth and your body. Now close your mouth. Breathe out through your snout. Keep going nice and slow." The wolf started to cool down in his body and his mind, but just when he started to feel calmer, he remembered he lost his huff and puff, and he started to feel angry again. He jumped up and tried to blow down the yogi's wooden house. No luck. Again, to the wolf's surprise, instead of running away, the second yogi said, "I know where we should go." The two little yogis took the wolf paws and hooves and walked with him under the setting sun. Soon they came upon a yoga studio adorned with colorful bricks. They came outside and noticed inside a third little yogi was in half moon pose. They came outside and noticed the exhausted wolf. "What's wrong?" they asked. The wolf was startled. No one had ever asked him that question before. "I went to blow everything down, but I lost my huff and puff," the wolf answered breathlessly. "Why do you want to blow everything down?" the third yogi asked. Again, the wolf was surprised. That was a new question, too. "Because when I'm angry, I think a huff and puff will make me feel better." "Does it really make you feel better?" "Only for a moment. I blow everything away, but then everyone runs away from me. I don't like that others are frightened of me. But without my huff and puff, I don't know what else to do." "Let's meditate on that," the third little yogi said. "Maybe you just need to practice some supported breathing. Sit down with your back pressed against mine. Close your eyes and notice the air moving in your back. Can you feel it filling up my back too? Now breathe in and out through your snout. Try to match the pace of my breathing." Beneath the shimmering moonlight, the wolf and the yogis practiced breathing together, back to back, nice and slow. Soon the wolf began to inhale and exhale more deeply. Then something new happened. The wolf felt different. He didn't feel tense or frustrated. He felt peaceful. Under the sparkle of stars, the three little yogis showed the wolf even more ways to relax and breathe, until at last they all settled down for Savanza. There's that. From then on, when the wolf felt angry or sad or scared or worried, which happens to everyone from time to time, he knew just what to do. I may have lost my huff and puff, the wolf said, but I have found my breath. The end. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for listening to my story. Now is the good time to learn how to make your own little piggy snout. So I went ahead and took mine off so you could see it. How fun is that? So a little, could use a little more revision, but I used the supplies I had. So the thing you're gonna need for your piggy snout is a little cup. This is like cups you can put your juice in, little bitty cups, not very big. See how small it is? And I use a pink marker and some pink construction paper, a push pin, a black marker, tape, and rubber bands. Now, I didn't have any string or yarn. Sometimes the stretchy string that you use to make bracelets with, that would go really good with this. So you wouldn't have to tie all the rubber bands. But if you only have rubber bands, this is how you'll do it. Yarn will work just the same. You can attach it with tape and tie it in the back. But we'll get started. So we start off with our cup, and we get a strip of pink paper. I'm gonna go and cut it. If you need help from your grown-up cutting, or if you can do it yourself, go right ahead and cut a strip. And you might have to play with it a little bit to fit and measure it to your cup. So I'm gonna cut a little more off the top here. And that gets how I will want it. And so then I tape it around the cup. Secure it with a piece of tape. Wrap it around. And I'm going to tape it again. I'm going to cut off this little excess piece of paper here. So then you have your pink around your nose. To do the end of it, you're going to take your pink marker, and I just colored the bottom of the cup, or which will be the snout of your nose. Just colored it real quickly, doesn't take very long at all. You can also paint your cup if you don't want to use construction paper. You can color it with markers, however you want to do it. And make sure my cup is all nice and colored on the bottom, so it's a nice bright pink. I take my black marker and I make 2 little dots for my nostril. So we got 1 and 2. And there's our 2 little dots. And then with the help of your grown-up, you take a little push pin and you poke little holes in the black dots. That way you have some air when you have it over your nose. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, push it down like that, pull it back out, move to the other side, put some holes in that side, just to have a little breathing room. There we go. And you'll be able to see in the bottom of the cup that there's holes there now. Helps you breathe a little bit. You can make them as big as you want to. Now the next thing you're going to do is, if you're using rubber bands, like mine is, this isn't quite the tightest, so I could also go back over this and wrap this in yarn to make it more pretty. I could tuck in these knots some more if I wanted to. Totally up to you. And it also depends how big your face is to stretch to your ears. So I used 3 because I have an adult size face and I wanted to make sure it stretched without hurting my cheeks. So you might have to do some measuring. So when I use my rubber bands, I took 1 rubber band and I put it right here at the bottom of the cup, and I tied it around once just to make sure it was tight and secure on the cup, and it should look something like that. And then the next thing I did was I took 1 rubber band in on one side of the cup, I lined it up with my nostrils, and I threaded it through and tightened it like that to get something like this. I did the same thing on the other side. Lined it up with my nostril, pulled my rubber band through and tightened it. To make sure it was secure. And then you'll have something like this. But see, if I was to just do one rubber band, it'd be a little tight on my cheeks. So I went ahead and started a chain link of rubber bands on both sides of my snout. So you can do that by taking another rubber band and building off of it by interlooping them and tying your knots there and creating like a loop like this, like you'll see. So then that's pretty much it after you're done, after you got the right size you want to. Like I said, you might not need your chain link rubber bands. You might be able to fit your face like this. If not, not a big deal. If you do need to, that's okay. You can always chain link your rubber bands. You can always attach some yarn with some tape or a stapler. And you can pretty much use any kind of material on this that is like a string that can go around, maybe behind your ears, attach over your ears, tie it behind your head, however you want to. And then you'll end up with your very own piggy snout. And that's how you do it. Super simple. All right, well, I thank you for tuning in on this great, awesome Wednesday, a nice piggy Wednesday. And it is awesome to have you all here. I hope you make your own pig snouts. If you do, please message our Facebook page or email me or something, or bring in a picture of you and your piggy snout, because we would love to see if you made one at home, because these are so cute and awesome. So I hope you have a super fantastic Wednesday. Again, we do not own the rights to the songs that were played today, but we do use them for educational purposes only, and it's not to own them or anything, own the rights to them. We just want to use them to play music for our children. So we hope that you had a great time with us today and have a great rest of your week. And I will catch you all later, okay?